to talk about something that I feel like is really important, but very often misunderstood, and that is honing into your intuition. Now, I do say this a lot during lots of my videos, and I want to help you understand what this means and how you can apply these to your life very simply so you don't feel overwhelmed, but it is super effective. I'm Petra. I had a vaginal birth after 3 cesareans. I'm a VBAC doula and birth educator, and I feel called to tell you that you deserve the birth experience that you want. I want you to join me every week to hear empowering birth stories, heart led conversations, practical tips, evidence based information, and yes, we definitely dive into the woo side of things too. My hope is for you to leave each episode feeling inspired and informed. Thank you so much for including me on your journey to be back. Now let's get into this episode. Many of us have heard the saying, trust your gut or follow your intuition. But a lot of times I know people are left thinking, what does that even mean? And more importantly, how do I even do that? Especially in a world that pushes us to look outside of ourselves to find the answers instead of looking inside. So let's start by talking about what honing into your intuition even is. Intuition is that inner knowing or even feeling. It's like a soft voice or a subtle nudge in a direction that you may feel like you are more led to take without needing a full explanation. But for so many people, especially moms or women, it's like that feeling that we feel like we should have but we can't quite grasp for whatever reason. And that's okay. It's very common for people to feel this way. I mean, I felt that way for very, very long. And I don't feel like you're ever really going to perfect this. You just get better and better at doing it over time. So that brings us to why honing into your intuition feels like foreign. Why does it feel foreign, you know? Because that's the feeling I got. I was like, I don't even know what honing into my intuition even means. What does that feel like? What does that look like? Now, this is not your fault. Over generations, we've actually been conditioned to stop honing into our intuition, to stop looking inside of ourselves, and to look to the proposed experts, be that doctors, teachers, our parents, family, friends, or even social media to find the answers and to decide which direction we should go that would be best for us. We're now told what's normal or safe by all of these outside voices that we forget to look inside of ourselves to find the answer. Now, this shift did not happen overnight. This has happened over generations and it has happened slowly over time. And this is because our society has moved towards the an expert knows best type of thing. Like you hear doctor knows best, or your teacher knows more, or they went to school for this amount of time, so they know more. They know more than me about myself. But that's just not true. It's just not the case. And when it comes to something as personal and impactful as planning for a VBAC, it is so important, vital to hone into your intuition and to figure out what that feels like or looks like for you. A lot of people might be telling you what you can or can't do, or what you should or shouldn't do based on generalized information. And it might even be, evidence-based information, factual information. But the thing about that is that these facts and this evidence is not based on your personal journey. This is based on accumulative information. So let me give you an example. Okay, say there's you and your friend, and you guys do the exact same thing to plan your VBAC. You both want a VBAC, okay? And you do the exact same thing. You do the same exercises, you eat the same things, you do all of the same things, you see the same doctor, everything. And you go on to have a VBAC and your friend does not. Okay. So what does that say? You guys are different people, right? So the outcomes are going to be different. So that goes the same thing with this generalized information that is being thrown around to you. Yeah, it happened to this person, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen to you. So just keep that in mind. Trusting your intuition along this journey helps you take the right path for you because you are unique, your baby is unique, your situation is very unique to you. And being able to trust your intuition even when it goes against the grain, because I know lots about that. I definitely went against the grain when I was planning my VBAC, and I had so much pushback. But there was like this inner voice inside of me that kept saying, "You are doing the right thing. Keep going." And it wasn't an actual voice that I heard, it was like an inner knowing. It was like my body, my mind, my soul was telling me that this was the path that I needed to take. And I didn't understand it completely at the time, but I do now. I was meant to take this journey to experience this very transformational experience that helped me learn how to advocate for myself, speak up for myself, learn how to make my own decisions, even when people tell me no. Now, that is really hard when you are facing face to face with a doctor and they are telling you, no, you're going to die, your baby's going to die. And this is my own experience. And you tell them, I appreciate your recommendation, but I am doing this no matter what you say. That is hard. It is scary. I did it multiple times. I saw about 8 or 9 doctors, 9 or 10, 8 to 10. Let's say 8 to 10, because I don't remember the exact number. It was a lot. Um, and each one of them said the same thing, just in a little bit of a different way. And I had to tell them the same thing, and I always said the same thing to them. It's really hard. It is hard to stand up for yourself. I'm not gonna lie. It is hard when you feel like deep inside of your soul, this is the right thing to do, and everybody is telling you no. It's hard to keep going. I left doctor's appointments bawling my eyes out because I questioned myself. Am I doing the right thing? Is this the right choice for myself and my baby? But I just kept going because it felt right. I felt like something was telling me, pulling me in that direction. I couldn't explain it. That is like what your intuition is, okay? And I'm not here to tell you just go against all of the things that your doctor says. Like, it's only if it feels right to you, you know? I feel like it's a good balance between like evidence and like your soul. You have to come to terms with knowing the evidence, the risks, the benefits, y- taking into account your own unique situation, how you feel about it. If you're supported by family and friends, whether you're not, what are you going to do? There's so many decisions to make. But I really feel like whatever decision you make is going to be the right decision because you made it. So I do want to get practical and give you some tips on how to hone into your intuition if you're confused on how you can even start doing that. Number one, I want you to try to create some small, quiet moments. So, just some small pockets of stillness in your day, whether that's in the morning or the evening, middle of the day, whenever you can. And I'm not telling you to meditate for an hour. This could just be like a minute, 5 minutes, whatever time that you have to dedicate to being still and taking some nice, deep, cleansing breaths in quiet. That way you can listen. Listen to whatever you can hear inside of yourself. And I actually want you to ask yourself, how am I feeling today? What do I need today? Even if no clear answers come up, you're starting a dialogue with your inner self. And that is huge. It can feel really uncomfortable at first. I'm not going to lie, but it is so worth it. And you get more comfortable as time goes on when you start to do it. Number two, listen to your body. Your body sends you signals all the time, but sometimes it's really easy to overlook because you're busy, because you're going through all the things. You're doing the school pickup, you're volunteering at the PTA, you are working, you're doing school pickup, you are tending to your other kids at home, you're homeschooling. Whatever the case may be, you're doing sports, taking your kids to and from sports, and then you forget about yourself because you're taking care of everybody else. I get it. I'm there. I get there. I do that, we're all human. It's easy to do in the hustle and bustle of, our community and our lifestyle, what we do. So I want to be clear that you might feel like a sense of resistance when you try this because it can feel uncomfortable once you get quiet. But I want you to start paying attention to those subtle cues that your body is giving you. For instance, if you feel uneasy about a certain decision, ask yourself why. This is one way that your body speaks with your intuition. Number three, question without judgment. One big misconception is that intuition has to be instant or obvious, but it doesn't. Give yourself space to question things without judgment. My video might look a little different now. I had to leave real quick and go tend to Luke. He woke up from his nap and he was crying. So, anyways, back to this video. Hopefully, I leave off where I was. Okay, so let's say that you're thinking about your birth plan and you start to talk to people about it, and people start to say, "Oh, yeah, that's the right choice." But something feels off to you, even though everybody is saying it's the right choice. I invite you to question that. Question why you are feeling off about this, even though everybody around you is saying that it's the right choice or it's the right way to go, whatever it may be. I want you to try to get comfortable questioning things because that is helping you to build that muscle of honing into your intuition by questioning those things. Number four, practice micro intuition. What is this? So, micro intuition is basically small daily choices guided by your gut. For example, choosing what to wear, choosing what to eat, choosing what decisions to make, just guided by your gut, not because somebody told you to do it, but because it feels right. And even how you respond to small daily challenges that you might be experiencing day to day. When you take these little opportunities to make choices based on how you're feeling, you're practicing on a small scale for those big decisions that are going to come, whether it's in your pregnancy, your labor, or even your postpartum. So, you typically have what are a couple stages to pregnancy. So there's pregnancy, there's the labor, and then there's postpartum. So I would say that's like a broad aspect of those three categories. So in your pregnancy, what honing into your intuition might look like is listening to your body when it's telling you to slow down. Go take that nap. Or if you're feeling extra thirsty, drink that extra water that day. Or if you feel like you want to eat a certain way, or you feel like you need to speak up for yourself for, whatever it might be, whatever choice or decision comes up in your life. And try to really honor those feelings because they are absolutely valid and valuable. During labor, intuition becomes so crucial for so many reasons. You might feel like moving in a certain way, drinking certain things, eating certain things, or questioning certain medical advice that is given to you. When you're in tune with your intuition, you are more capable, more confident to advocate for yourself, which I feel like is really, really important on your VBAC journey because there may be instances where you're pushed towards something that typically women who haven't had a previous cesarean are not pushed towards. This is not always true. But there's certain things like having an epidural in place just because, or just in case, getting a catheter put in just in case, and I mean IV catheter. So it is definitely important to be able to hone into your intuition also so that you can feel what is going on in your body. If something doesn't feel right during your labor, speak up. If everything feels right and you want to keep going and people are telling you no, you need a cesarean, you can listen to your intuition or you can listen to your doctors. Obviously, it's your choice. This is the point. I want you to be able to have that option. You can listen to your intuition or listen to your doctors. It's up to you. And in the postpartum period, your intuition also is incredibly important because your intuition helps you know what your baby needs, but also what you need because it is important for you to continue to listen to your body. If your body tells you rest, if your body tells you eat, if it tells you drink, or if it tells you something doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel right what this doctor is recommending for my child to be tested for, or I feel like my child does need to be tested for something because something doesn't feel right that's going on with them. you have that option to speak up for not only yourself, but your baby. Your baby needs you for that. And being able to hone into your intuition so you can get those inner knowings, those gut feelings that are helping you find the direction that is right for the both of you is so, so helpful and can make things easier for you. This can also help you feel less overwhelmed from all of the outside voices that are telling you what you should or shouldn't do. Because if your family or friends or anything like mine, they've got their own opinion about what you should be doing, what you should be bottle feeding your baby, what formula you need, if you should breastfeed or bottle feed, what diapers to use, what wipes to use, what, nasal spray to use, whatever, whether you should use Tylenol during a fever or not. There's so many things. So it really helps calm those outside voices because you will be able to tune them out or ask them to stop contributing because you are going to listen to your intuition, that inner voice. Now, I know, if you're anything like me, you are a busy mom, so you want some quick ways. So I want to give you some quick ways that you can incorporate honing into your intuition into your day that only takes a couple of minutes. Now, number one, take time for a morning or bedtime reflection. Even a quick journal entry or brain dump, or even some deep breaths can help start you in the right direction of honing into your intuition. Number two, do some body scans. Throughout the day, take a quick second to just stop and notice what you're feeling. Are you feeling tense or relaxed? If you're feeling tense, why do you feel tense? Ask yourself. And it doesn't take but a few seconds to just stop and notice what you're feeling in your body. This can help tell you what is resonating with you or not. And you can do this even while you're, let's say, like in a business meeting and something is being said to you or proposed to you, and you have to take a quick second to stop and think about it. While you're taking that quick second to stop and think about it, take a quick second to scan your body. It is so quick, yet so effective. Number three, trust small wins. When you make decisions based on your intuition and it feels right, celebrate it. This helps you build that inner voice, that inner confidence, that inner knowing, because you are celebrating what you have accomplished. No small win is too small to celebrate. Every single one, every single little step that you take in that direction is a huge win because I know how hard it can be. It can be hard because it's uncomfortable. It's new. New things always feel uncomfortable at first, but once you start to do it and start to make it a part of your daily practice, a part of your daily life, it feels more normal and easier to do every single day. Okay, so I want to round out this video by letting you know that learning to tune into your intuition is not a one-time thing, okay? This is a lifelong process. This is a lifelong learning process. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I have mastered it. I honestly don't feel like anybody has. It can be really hard to do because of all the outside noise that comes in. But I can tell you that it becomes more natural over time and it doesn't feel so uncomfortable. It is easier to do. It is easier to speak up for yourself. I can't tell you how many times I walked into the pediatrician's office and felt more confident in my decisions as a mother, as my child's primary caregiver, and making very important and potentially life-threatening decisions, life-altering decisions that affect my child's life and my life. They felt less daunting. They felt like they were right because I was honing into my intuition and following that. And I want to tell you that everything that you are learning is like building a muscle. So you go to the gym, right, to build your muscles. It takes time. You can't just go to the gym for 30 minutes once a year and build muscles or get fit, right? You have to do that over time. and it builds those muscles to be better. And you have to always be building. You have to maintain. There's a maintenance even after you get to what you perceive to be your goal. There is maintenance work to be done. You are always doing it. So it is the same thing with your intuition. You have to build this muscle over time and it becomes more comfortable, less daunting. It's just easier. You don't even have to think about it sometimes because it just happens. Every time that you pause and tune into it, you are strengthening it. This journey is as much about learning how to hone into your intuition as it is preparing for birth. You are preparing for birth, but you are preparing for so much more. I want you to honor yourself and give you the praise that you deserve for even listening to this video and wanting to learn more about honing into your intuition. It's not easy. It is uncomfortable, but it gets easier over time. It doesn't feel like it's overwhelming or consuming you because you're doing the work. You are doing the hard work that is necessary, and it becomes less hard over time. I'm never going to sugarcoat it for you. I'm never going to do that because I feel like too much of our society sugarcoats things to make it seem like things are a quick fix, like it can be done overnight. I'm not going to say that it's going to do that. It's not going to take just overnight. You have to put in the work. But I have to tell you that even though it's hard to put in the work day after day, and sometimes it feels monotonous or it feels like, why am I even doing this? Is this even worth it? I can't say whether it's worth it for you or not, but it was worth it for me. And what do you have to lose in trying? Just try it out and see where it takes you. It might take you somewhere that you don't really like, and there might need to be other steps that you take in order to overcome where it's taking you where you may not like. And what I mean by that is it might take you to places where you have to face some traumas. It might take you to places where you have to face things that you have buried and even forgotten about or blocked out because they were so hard to face. It depends on you whether you feel like it's worth it or not. But if you were in my shoes, it's worth it. It is so worth it to be forever transformed, to feel so confident in your decisions that you feel like you don't even have to ask anybody because you can do your own research. You can listen to your own inner voice. You don't have to rely on all the experts to tell you what you should or shouldn't do because who are they, anyways? I'm sorry, but who are they? They don't know you as intimately as you know yourself. Nobody does, not even your partner. Okay, I'm going to go off on a tangent, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But I really hope that this video was helpful for you. And if it was, I really want you to let me know. I would love to have a conversation with you about honing into your intuition or anything else. If there's anything else that you would like for me to explain or give you tips about or just want me to chat about, let me know. I would love to make some content that is tailored towards what you actually want to see and hear. I'm just like throwing things out there that I actually did during my VBAC journey. And I'm hoping that it can help you or even someone you know. If someone you know is struggling with their intuition, honing into it, send them this video. Whether they're planning a VBAC or not, this can be helpful because it is so confusing to people on what intuition even is. And I want to help you out. I want to help people out. That's all I'm here to do. I want to share knowledge because I feel like we're all in this world and we all come with the same things essentially. And I want to help spread some knowledge, tips, love that I gained on my journey with you because who knows, it might be helpful. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be helpful, but my hope is that it will be. And I went through a lot of struggles on my journey, and I really hope that this can help somebody if they are struggling on their journey because it is not an easy journey to walk all the time. It's not, but I'm here for you. I am here for you because I feel like I am you. I was you. Now, if this resonated with you, let me know. All right. That is enough for now. I'm going to go get my baby because he is probably going to be mad because he is up from his nap. I can hear him. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. I hope you loved that episode as much as I loved creating it. And if you want to learn more, be sure to download your free VBAC resource guide for even more tips and advice at birthingcometrue.com/VBAC guide. And don't forget to subscribe to the Journey to VBAC so you never miss an episode. Until next time, trust in yourself and remember, you are amazing no matter how your birth unfolds. Bye for now.